hmm Look at certified copy. Yes. Brent Baisden. Are you afraid? Pooh. You issued this without the signature of the petitioner. Is this a forgery? Pooh. Is this a forgery, Christy Miller? Because every time I send an email that says this is a forgery, you decided that you were going to bullying. Now, forgery laws, Chief of Police of Seattle. Ooch. Why don't you get me all the women in law enforcement? Because some of them are going to kick my ass. Let's say you had handcuffs on, and I made you stand there. Yes. And I decided to cuss you out because you're a piece of crap. You don't like me mentioning women? Yeah, as long as you got that gun and that badge. Yes. You seem to think you own the world. But I emailed the Seattle Police Department for the last couple months. Yes. And for some reason, they seem to think that this is legal. Yes. When I didn't cause any reasonable fear to my wife and kids. Now, if you are convicted of an offense of domestic violence, you will be forbidden for life from possessing a firearm or ammunition. You can be arrested even if the person or persons who obtain the order invite or allow you to violate the order's provisions. Prohibitions. Yes. Can you tell me who committed the crime in Sequim, Washington on December 31st? How about the individual that committed the crime in Jefferson County on June 16th of 2017? What man said that they were going to blow my wife's face off? Deputy Prosecuting Attorney Brett. Or what crisis responder, Carol Kirk, Carol Kirk, said that I was sending emails to any of the co-workers in the Brennan or the Quilcene school districts? What women have decided, yes, that they're just going to bully men, because they can say domestic violence. That's right. A man's voice can be a lot louder than a woman's voice. Yes. And when men use profanity, women seem to just tear up. Do you feel like crying today? Are you feeling the emotional constraints of having knowledge? Yes. Of kidnapping, treason, abuse of children, child neglect, child exploitation, right now. The use of forgeries to issue court orders. Heidi Lee Budner, the twin, the look-alike of Heidi Lee Budnick. Now, law enforcement, yes. I'm wanting you to go to prison. That does that cause you any fear? Do they like cops in prison? You think you're going to be put into the prison where all the other inmates are not cops? You know, why do I feel like there's a lot of fear controlling the decision making of law enforcement? Now, to have one of these, yeah, it says here, must issue the above orders and order to surrender weapons because, yes, the first restraint provision is ordered above, and the court found on page 1 that the respondent had actual notice, represented a credible threat, and was an intimate partner. But page 1 says that the respondent did not receive actual notice. Yes, I wasn't a credible threat. Let's go ahead. And as much as we'd say intimate partner, is that inclusive of only having one sexual partner? Or did my wife have multiple relationships during the 10 years of marriage that she didn't want to divulge during the dissolution of marriage? Uh, uh, I had one intimate partner for 10 years. Yes. In 10 years before marriage, yeah, approximately 8 to 10 years, I did not have sex with any woman. For 20 years, there was one woman that I had sex with. Now, you wanted to say that I was a porn addict. Right. I was a child abuser. But how many men can say, yes, no less than 8 years before marriage, that they never had sex with another woman? Yes. and they were intimate with only one woman. Yes, and there was only one woman that received their sperm. Right now. Now, let's say credible threat. You based the credible threat of myself because of the lies of my wife. Yes, that I had gone crazy while we lived on Guam. Yes, and that you had to issue these protection orders. Yes, based upon the thought, yes, that she was in reasonable fear of myself, and it never entered your minds that she was lying.